This is Fantology.
You may have heard of us.
Hey Wheel of Time fans, this is Steven from Fantology. In a minute, I'm going to be joined by each of the other 4 members of Fantology, and we're going to attempt to put our unique spin on some of the excitement around the Wheel of Time TV show, which is coming out later this week on Amazon Prime. We're each going to be talking about one of the 5 main characters, the Emond's Field 5. So if you're new to this series, this is a little bit of a primer on who these characters are and what you can expect. There's not going to be any spoilers past anything that really you wouldn't know from the very beginning of the show. And if you haven't already, like and sub and do all that other good stuff. Follow us for other Wheel of Time content, in addition to various other fantasy books and TV shows that are coming out soon. Okay, so I'm kicking us off with Egwene Alphor, my favorite of the 5, and since I got to assign who everyone was doing, I got Egwene. That's how it works. Egwene is the youngest daughter of Meryn and Brandolwyn, who is the mayor of Emond's Field. All of Egwene's other female relatives have the ability to channel, or at least could have had the ability to channel had they had proper training, and Egwene herself wishes to become the apprentice to Naiva, who is the current village wisdom of Emond's Field at the time the series starts. She grew up with the rest of the Emond's Fielders, obviously, but was especially close with Rand, who everyone assumed that she would marry when they both got older. She's of medium height and build and is very intelligent, can pick up almost anything right away, and also has a lot of social intelligence, is able to read a lot of different situations and handle them accordingly. Both of these qualities are going to be very important for her as the series goes along. Additionally, like the rest of the Emond's Fielders, she can be stubborn at times, is not willing to back down from a challenge, and is very strong-willed. In the TV series, she's played by Madeline Madden, a 22-year-old Australian actress who, like a lot of the other Emond's Field 5, this is her biggest role to date. So in a series that is full of really great characters and really great character arcs, I think Egwene has one of the very best character arcs and is one of the best characters in the entire series, if not the best in each category. It's really hard to say what's better, a 10 or a 10 for a lot of these characters, and Egwene is certainly a 10 in my opinion. I'm really excited to see where the show takes this, and in the trailers they've already done some kind of subtle hints at her future that, assuming we get enough seasons, will certainly bear out, and I'm very excited to see unveil on screen. Okay, that's it for Egwene in this little short, and keep on watching for the other 4 Emond's Fielders.
Okay, this is going to be a quick primer on Rand Alphor leading into the Wheel of Time series on Amazon. Rand grows up in Emond's Field, or the Two Rivers, as kind of just a sheep herder. He lives with his father, Tam, and from the outside, they're just, regular old stout farmers that are doing the best they can, living on the land, with sheep and growing the great Two Rivers tobacco. And they're admired by the community as just being good, virtuous people. Tam teaches Rand some things, like he teaches him this cool trick, the void and the flame. Don't know if I said that exactly right, but kind of teaches, it's a meditative technique to teach him to calm down, helps him with his archery. There's another interesting tidbit with Rand finding and acquiring this sword from Tam that is heron marked. So there's some indications that there might be more to Tam than what Rand was led to believe growing up. But other than that, he's best friends with Mat and Perrin, who are right around his same age. And he is well liked by pretty much everybody in the community. And he has a budding romance, possibly, / courtship with Egwene. So there's all sorts of cool interpersonal relationships with Rand, but he starts out of just being this good kid from this backwoods kind of area that is well liked and well admired and is a really virtuous guy. So Nynaeve is such a great character, but I think that audiences are going to have to give her the time to become that great character. She starts off as kind of the mother of the group. She's the wisdom of her village, and so she really cares about the welfare of all of the people in the village, including our main protagonist throughout the show. So she tends to not really want them to go on adventures. She doesn't want them to be put in harm's way. And so as an audience, we really kind of don't like that. At least I didn't when I was reading throughout the first book. But then she just becomes so endearing and you really start to love her and she starts to grow on you. So she has kind of a natural dislike for Aes Sedai, so that's something to watch out for. She's very nervous around the one power. She also has a lot of nervous tendencies. For example, she will tug on her braid. That's something that she does a lot in the book, and it's kind of something that audiences will like to make fun of. So hopefully we get some good braid tugging. She also comes up with the best swear words. So she has coined the phrase wool-headed sheep herder, and we hope that we'll see that in the show as well. But so overall, Nynaeve is a fantastic character. You just have to give her time to get there.
All right, let's talk about Perrin Ibarra. Perrin is the strong and silent type of the Two Rivers, or Emond's Field. He is a large, tall young man with thick curly hair and the eldest of 4 children. The rest of his family live on a farm just outside of the village proper, but Perrin's been living in town since he was 12 years old, I think, as the apprentice to Master Luhan, who is the village blacksmith. And this really shows in Perrin's impressive muscular physique. He's pretty strong. Perrin is best friends with Rand and Mat, but is less rambunctious than the other two. He'll still get up to the same mischief that all 3 of them do, but he usually takes a little bit more of, some convincing to get into it. Due to his size and strength, he usually likes to move and speak more methodically and thoughtfully than most other people. Probably his worst fear would be to inadvertently hurt another due to his carelessness, so he constantly has that on his mind. And because of this, some kind of see him as dim-witted, the stereotype of the large man who doesn't speak much because he doesn't really have much going on in his head. Well, in reality, Perrin's kind of the opposite of that. The care he prefers to take allows him to confront difficult and complex situations and solve them as a blacksmith would an intricate blacksmith puzzle. Not only is Perrin the type of friend anyone would want to have, he's also the type of person you should strive to be, thoughtful, reliable, strong, and capable. Perrin is one of my favorite characters in the series, and I'm really excited to see him on screen, and I hope you guys are too.
Hi, I'm Ryan from Fantology, and my sole purpose for the next few minutes is to bring to life the Wheel of Time character, Mat Cawthon. Matt's a wiry young man with brown hair and brown eyes and a mischievous look about him. He was raised on a farm in Emond's Field in the Two Rivers, and though his daily tasks were often things like shepherding the livestock or milking a cow, his passions were getting up to trouble with pranks and jokes. Unfortunately, his sisters were just as good as tattling on Matt as he was at pranking them. His often lazy attitude and flouting authority can be deceptive, as Matt's a loyal friend to those lucky enough to call him one. It might be hard to get a promise out of Matt, but he's always good for his word. Other forms of trouble that Matt enjoys are gambling, drinking, and chasing women. Though I wouldn't play a game of dice against Matt, as his luck's even better than his looks. Matt's easy smiles and roguish good looks are good enough to endear him both to pretty women and fellow adventurers he meets along the way. Above all, don't underestimate this devious young man, as Matt's unofficial mantra could be, under-promise and over-deliver.